Welcome to the Free Cheese, episode 261. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Marc Augustiniak.
Hey.
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Sup, Marc?
Sup?
Dude, you ready to do this thing Big Tony style?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
His ballad and everything.
How's Marc doing on this week?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
The other day was interesting. It was like a blue moon, I guess. I went out and did karaoke.
You were just talking about how you wanted to go and do that.
Yeah. It was just random. I just didn't expect it to happen. I just spent the whole day just sleeping and just watching Netflix, and then get a late text, and it's like, hey, you want to go out? And I'm like, yeah, why not?
What's the first song you sang?
I did Inside Out by Eve 6.
I know the name, and
That's
the one. Got it.
Yeah. That was fun. Sang along with some other people with some other songs. We did the Pokemon theme.
Oh boy,
that was a crowd pleaser.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Some people actually liked it. Yeah.
Good.
What else? Like somebody. There was just one dude. I forget his name. It was I think it was like a French name or something.
Chris.
Just some big dude. And he only sung like metal songs.
Nice.
Like he was doing System of a Down.
Perfect.
He did what was it, Bodies with Drowning Pool.
Oh man.
It was like Linkin Park. It was great. And then he was showing us like these like sculptures he made out of aluminum foil. He made like Mega Man X. He made like a gremlin. He did some Dragon Ball characters. And apparently he sells his stuff at Otakon. It's kind
of weird crypt did you walk into?
I don't know, man. But it was interesting.
Just took a time machine back to 2002.
Yeah, they were really good. They were actually really detailed.
Huh.
The Gremlin one was probably
aluminum foil. Did you get his website?
No, he was just showing me on his Facebook, scrolling through his phone.
I was gonna try and look. I don't even know what to.
Yeah,
not bad. Not bad. Yeah, that is a weird surprise night.
Yeah, I was just singing along to everything, and these two girls were just surprised that I just knew every song. And I was like, well, there's also words on the screen. But I also did just know them. I was just having a good time, just being like I was being like a good sport. So like whenever like anybody who would go up, and you could tell they kind of just went there by themselves or weren't with a group of people. Even if they did, I just high-fived everyone because we were just right by the machine waiting to go next because it's like an hour wait.
Oh, yeah, it always is. Yeah.
Yeah, so like some old dude that was there, he looked like he was by himself, and he sung like Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Man.
That was just like, good job, man. And just like high-fived him.
That's the jam. I used to do that one, and I would do that and Caribbean Queen by Billy Ocean.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the jam.
Yeah, you hear the usuals. Queen, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears.
Yeah.
All great.
And the very first time I ever did karaoke, it was the first song, Genie in a Bottle.
All right.
And then the last time I did karaoke, I think the last thing was Bye 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 by NSYNC.
I heard that that night too.
We did it. I was at a thing for work, and it was 3 of us that were getting up to do it, and there was a guy at the bar who was like, he heard that we were going to get up and do Bye Bye Bye, and he was like, man, I wish I had friends who would get up and sing Bye 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 with me, and we were like, you do. And so we put some stranger on stage with us to sing Bye Bye Bye, but we did the fucking
we were doing that too. But I mean, we don't have a stage. It's just like a straight narrow.
Yeah, just a hall.
And you're just right there.
I did that. I did a duet with another guy from that work thing where we did 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton.
Okay,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, like when I did Inside Out, this dude wanted to join me, and I was like, sure, go ahead. And then a whole like rock band kicked in, like playing that game. Because usually when I sung a song with a friend, he would do the harmonies, and so I remembered how to do the higher harmonies, so I just switched to that. It was heaven.
We got to go do that
Sure, I'm
But
totally down.
I feel like there needs to be a level of drinking involved with that.
Well, it's usually a 2-drink minimum to even sing.
See, there you go.
So I just do rum and coke, and
Yeah, huh?
it's a good time. And then afterwards, we went to this like late night like pizza place that was doing pizza and wings, and just sat outside on the street corner and just
Nice.
ate food and talked about Smash Brothers and stuff.
That sounds like a perfect night.
This dude next to us, he had like a bag of 2 Coke bottles, and he was just like passing the fuck out every 5 seconds. Like his head actually hit the sidewalk, and then got back up, and he was like following this crowd of people. And then apparently when he passed out, he like walked somewhere for a little bit and came back. But as he was gone, this girl was like, "Yeah, he's not with us. He's just been following us since like wherever."
One of those.
Yeah, he just did not know where he was at.
Oh, that's rough.
So it's a good night.
When was that? Friday?
Saturday.
Saturday. Nice. Not bad. I've had a week. I've been doing this thing with work lately where it's been 10 days on, 4 days off. Not, I wouldn't recommend it,
No.
but I kind of have to. But it makes those 4 days off really rad.
It's like consecutive 4 days?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like literally 10 then 4, 10 then 4.
Okay.
But those 10 get brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's more than no, that's about a 2 week.
It's
right?
it's two work weeks.
Yeah,
it's just I don't get that weekend.
The 2-day breaks in between.
Yeah. So my 2-day break gets pushed to the end of the.
I would rather have Sunday and Monday off than Saturday and Sunday.
You think that, but
because like Saturday night is fine going into Sunday because things are open a little later, sleeping, and then like when that Monday dread happens, you're just like, you know what? I'm cool. I have that time to recharge.
I've had Mondays off for like 7 years, and I'll tell you now, recently having Saturday and Sunday off, I like it so much better than Monday off.
Yeah.
Monday off is much better for going to the movies and like going shopping and shit like that.
Yeah, like having that one weekday off.
It's good, but it's also pretty good just being a regular old jack off.
Or even if it was just like a Wednesday. Just get right in the middle.
Sounds like you want to work in retail.
Nah, never mind.
See?
I'll keep my big boy schedule.
See? Yeah, no, that, yeah. But my left eye's twitching.
Oh, no. That's like that subconscious stress. Yeah. Where it's like, you might feel fine, but you're actually not.
Yeah, oh, no. Not at all.
Yeah.
I don't remember eating, really. Like, I know I did. But I don't, I like smell blood and taste blood.
Yeah, like it's like that gets up when I was crawling up on me earlier in the week, and like I was almost getting destructive. So like I went back into like, no, I just got to push myself and go out a little more. So yeah, I like picked up running again. And like pushed myself in another way a little too much. Where it was like, because I did a lot of walking, and I was like, I'm so out of shape. When I tried running, I tried timing like how much I could do like a whole lap in, and it was like 7 minutes and some change because I had to walk for a portion of it, like a minute or two of it. But like my nerves were all prickly.
Oh, cool.
Like my whole body felt like it was itching. I was like, I'm gonna die if I keep doing this. So
hey,
I just
I'm
need
30.
to like I need to slow this down.
Yeah.
Oh, probably threw up or something if I kept going.
I've been doing that walking thing that people do, but not like,
Like power walking?
No.
And
like the other night I got home from work and I was like, well, Katie's out of town. I'm walking to get a sub. So I walked up and did that. Obviously caught some Pokemon on the way.
oh, duh.
And same thing last night. I was like, hey, what time are you going to be home? And she was like, 11. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought like 7, but cool. So I was like, well, gonna walk to Target. That kind of wandering. Catching it's nice. It's that thing that keeps you from.
Yeah, it's also more interesting when you just see if you're just like people watching while doing it.
Oh, like when you people watch like a car who watches you crossing an open thing and they just drive through and then look at you like it's your fault that they almost hit you.
Right, even though there's a pedestrian like street path.
It was a thing where like I was like halfway through the intersection walking on the little thing, and then they came around a stop sign and down into it and had to like lock their brakes, and it was some fucking college. It's move-in weekend, so it's nothing but college kids around here.
Oh, that's right.
And she just, what the fuck? And I was like, you did it.
I can't go 50 and a 30.
I know I didn't flinch. I was trying to catch a Rattata. That would have been a way to die.
I don't think you would have died from Stacy hitting you.
Struck down by Stacy.
You would have probably would have got some of her college money.
Probably got an excellent curveball throw if she hit me hard enough. You know, think about that.
I can't do that.
But yeah, it's a week. I'm in the middle of that long stretch, almost coming to an end here, and then next 4-day break, and then back at it for another 10.
Is that gonna be different? Eventually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just next couple weeks, it's just weird with work. But yeah, that's it. So we're here, Mark and I, Big Tony style. Matt is, I think, watching Dota, or I think it's wrestling. He didn't bail to watch Dota. He wouldn't have done that. I think it's a wrestling thing, or he had tickets to a thing. Or
I thought it was football related, but I could be wrong.
Oh, was it like a fantasy draft?
I think it was. I'm not even gonna try to answer. I'm not gonna act like I knew. I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'm looking on Find My Friends. He's home right now. So
pay-per-view.
Yeah, there must be a wrestling thing. And then Ben couldn't make it. I don't know if we know why. Let's just say Ben couldn't make it because he's watching Dota, turns out.
Oh.
You know, I watched Dota this week.
Should I ask why?
You can ask why.
Okay, why?
Matt made me watch it. It was lunch break, and since we work together, we spend lunches together on days that we work together, and we usually drive back here and have lunch with my sons. And we were hanging out. I was queuing up one of the usual suspects, you know, and then before I knew it, he was airplaying goddamn Dota to the TV.
Airplane.
It was the thing where I didn't even click on a video, and then I see the buffering logo, and I was like, "The fuck!"
And then you just feel a slight solid object pointing at your spine, and it's just like, watch this. Like, okay.
You can hear the crackling of his lips,
and it's just like
forming a smile,
and the clocking of the Glock.
Ugh, that's me next to my temple.
Persona.
It wasn't bad. I will say that now.
No, I mean, it always it never looked.
No, it's fun to make fun of it, though.
Is that a word?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
No, it's fun to make fun of it because Dota's trash, but it was cool seeing, especially because I knew a little bit about Dota, and then playing Heroes of the Storm, now I can go back to it with a different eye, and then being able to see it and be like, oh, I sort of get what they're doing. Oh, that's bad that happened to that team.
And also with the video we recorded, that was pretty insightful.
Don't remind me.
No,
I'm kidding. Yeah, then we did capture some Dota 2. I think we recorded that the night, before the international started. And then once TI was live,
that rapper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the rapper.
Yeah, the rapper.
But yeah, besides watching video games, did you play any video games this week, Mark?
I dabbled.
You dabbled?
Yes.
Dude, dabbing is so good, you know? Just like
some would argue flossing.
Wow.
One would argue flossing. Don't hear chair creaks this week. No. So yeah, we'll start with my 3DS here.
Oh yeah.
I was really feeling this little Pokemon itch, and I tried playing Pokemon Red.
Oh, okay. You were about to make me real upset.
What did you think I was going to say?
Pokemon Ultra Sun, and I was going to be upset that you didn't bring it with you to trade.
Oh, I don't have Ultra Sun. I just have Sun.
Oh, so I didn't know if you felt the itch and you were jumping back in.
I beat it already. Look at that. No, that would have been some shit.
Yeah.
No, I was I forgot where I left off in that game, so I booted it back up, and I was like, oh, I'm in Saffron City. Everyone's in their 30s. I have a Charizard already.
Oh, not bad.
And I was about to tackle a rocket hideout in Saffron City because they took over it.
Right.
You can't do it at gym yet, I think, until you do that.
Is Saffron the one that has psychic Pokemon?
Sabrina.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Now, what's weird about that is that if you look at the badges the order of gym leaders, Sabrina is the 6th one out of 8.
Okay.
And you have 4 at this point.
Right.
Because Koga is before Sabrina, but you can't get the Koga right away. So that always threw me off.
Yeah, it's a
I was
weird.
like, no, I want to do it in order.
That's a real weird thing.
And then I'm playing it, and then I stopped because I was like, shit, you know what? The Let's Go games are about to come out. I don't want to play this twice.
Yeah, you're right.
And I want to play a pretty.
I mean, I know it'll be different enough, but
like, I want to play something a little more refreshing.
yeah. I
Like,
agree.
nothing against red. Like, I love red. You know, red, blue, yellow, like, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just don't want to play the same game technically twice. So I was like, I'll just wait.
No, I get that.
And then, but I was like, but I still want that itch of playing as a Pokemon and fighting. So I went to Smash Brothers.
Damn it.
And
I thought you were gonna
here's
say
the thing. I almost considered Pokken.
Dude, I think I downloaded the. We should check and see if the demo downloaded because I want to play.
Because I almost considered, I was like, maybe this isn't that bad of a game. It's just maybe this is the right time to try it out.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. So I didn't try it at all, but it's on my mind. So I went to like Smash for 3DS. And I was just like, maybe I could brush up on my skills a little bit before December comes around.
Yeah, get ready for it.
I don't know. And I was like, man, I'm really bad. Like, not doing...
No,
like
playing on the 3DS is really bad.
Like, I was doing bad with Link. I did the best with Villager. Because AI is stupid. I know how it works. And then I was like, Charizard, let's do this. And I did okay. But then that was making me considering Pokken after that part. And I was like, maybe.
I don't know. Well, I know why. Because I played a bunch of fighting games earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
And I was digging around with that. So I found a dope new feature on Xbox One. It's called Groups.
Oh.
I know. Crazy, right? But after we downloaded all those fighting games for Friday Night Pizza Party last week, I had them all sitting there, but I was like, I don't know which ones. Where the fuck are they all? Because you can either sort by file size or alphabetical order or order of last played. And I was like, I just want to sort by fighting. And I couldn't. So I made a group called Fighting Games Are Dope, and I put them all in there.
So groups are like playlists for... Okay.
Yeah, they're more like folders, but the way they're displayed... So think about like a folder. You typically have to open the folder to then see what's inside of it.
Like a 3DS.
Yeah. This, it puts them all in a group.
I like that.
But it makes the tiles smaller, so you can still see all of them in a normal flow as you look at the group. And you can pin groups to your homepage on Xbox One. So as you scroll through, it's just right there. It's very convenient.
Does PlayStation do that?
PlayStation does folders, but in order to because I have like a folder for like all of the media apps, but you need to click the folder and then open it and then go in and choose the app from there.
Okay.
This is just like one step more seamless or one step closer to being. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's more seamless to just kind of jump in and grab what you want. But I started digging around with Dead or Alive 5 again.
Oh yeah.
I had to know. No, because when we played it at Friday Night Pizza Party, not all the content had downloaded. We were doing like that.
Just like the basic stuff.
It's almost installed, but here's what you can do for now. Turns out, I think it basically was. We just got like an extra character by letting it finish installing. But that game was fucking weird when we played it because block was X on the. It was like what?
Yeah, it's weird when like every fighting game has their own controls and mechanics, and
but I digged around with it more.
Yeah, it's actually not a bad series.
No, and I felt confident playing. I really liked Dead or Alive.
Like that game was known for. I mean, because when I was at GameStop, whenever everybody's looking for it, I would like had to make box art. I just drew a picture and I just wrote ninjas and tits because
that's all it is.
That's all that game is.
Yeah,
but really, what that game was known for to me was its level transitions.
The level transitions are dope.
Whenever you knock something, like it's so cinematic.
Yeah.
And then like in the future games like Tekken or Injustice.
I remember Injustice did it, but MK vs DC did it first, right?
Yeah.
They would do that, and I was really impressed playing it. And they like the fighting too, like the combo system in that game. It's fluid because it's really just a 3-button game.
Mm-hmm.
But
and the matches are fast.
Super fast.
It's only like 10 hits and you're done.
Yeah. Your health goes really, really quick. You have to be like very tactful, but that's where that block button comes in.
Because it could be a counter button too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you time it right and you pull in a certain direction, you'll just throw somebody over your head or off of a fucking balcony and go chasing after them.
And I think you can reverse the counter. I think you can just keep doing it.
It is so good.
Yeah.
So I just kept dicking around with that, and I I don't know.
Because that's a whole Ninja Gaiden universe.
I know. I learned that.
Yeah.
Because I saw Ryu in there, and I was just like,
Because
dude, that's Ninja Gaiden. What's he doing?
And his brother, I think it's his brother, Hayate.
Yeah.
The white ninja or whatever.
So the version that I got on Xbox One, it's Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate, I think. And they did the Killer Instinct model where you get like 2 characters for free
to play.
And then they have like a rotating thing each week. A different 2 or 3 characters will be free.
Yeah.
And then you can either buy characters piecemeal or just buy their Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
And I was like, well, how much would it be to whatever? I still don't have an answer to that. But when I clicked on the store button, it just opened up to all, like I think it's $40 to get like the Ultimate with everything. But when it opens to the store page, it just starts listing out all the costumes. And it's I don't think there's a costume in that game that doesn't have the word sexy in it. Every single one. 2016 sexy Halloween costume for Ryu Hayabusa. You're like, what? No.
Did you ever see the 2006 movie?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, boy.
Live action?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, big Tony style.
You ready to see this cover art?
Oh, my God. Is that a porno?
It basically looks like a cover to a porno.
What the fuck? You know what that reminds me of? Zombie Strippers. Did you ever see that movie?
Surprisingly, no.
It had, what's-her-face in it?
And there was even a scene where there was beach volleyball. Huh. Not extreme,
What
though.
the fuck? Yeah, the Dead or Alive franchise is a very unique one. But
there was one for the original Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what number it is, but I remember the intro cinematic to that game uses Dream On by Aerosmith.
In which one?
For original Xbox, it might be the third one.
Weird.
Yeah, I think it's Dead or Alive 3. But it was like this whole cinematic intro that dealt with like Hayabusa, Hayate, and I think Ayane. I think the chick with the pink hair. Her purple hair. It's like very short.
She's who I've been playing as, but I do not remember her name.
Yeah, I think it's Ayane.
That sounds right. She's fun though. That man, it's really, I don't know. It's a fluid ass game, but I left that and then I was like, I'm like enjoying the combat in Ultra Moon. I'm enjoying the combat in Go, right? Because it's kind of mindless in Go. But I was like, I really like Decidueye.
Mm-hmm.
I wish Decidueye was in Go so I could like see a 3D model. And I was like, well, he's in Pokken.
Yeah, so there's something weird about that. I noticed. Speaking of Go, because that's just an ongoing thing with us now.
Yeah,
it's like daily. The Pokegenie app.
Yes.
It had an update, and it was adding Gen 4 Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what that means exactly.
Because
does Pokegenie does more than Pokemon Go, or because why would you now just be adding Gen 4? You know what I mean?
No, because Gen 4 shit got added to the metadata of the app. I think they're coming like pretty soon.
Like end of the year or something.
No, I mean like as soon as like this week.
Oh, because I know that Celebi thing is whatever.
The Celebi thing is happening.
We can later if you want.
Yeah, I mean we'll talk about it later, but that's happening today technically. And yeah. I'll have to dig a little bit when we're on break to see if I can find. And
then back to Dead or Alive real quick. You should probably try the fourth one. Because that has a female Spartan.
Oh, God damn it. Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Pretty good.
All right. Yep. Sold.
I forget what her name is, but yeah. She has like one of her
Badass.
grabs. One of her grabs is putting a sticky grenade on you. And
all right. Yeah, I'm going to buy it. Man. But yeah, I don't know. So I downloaded I didn't play it yet. We can check and see if that's there too.
There was one game on Switch that I did play.
Yeah.
Here's a yep.
Draw finger on the board.
Yep, finger on the board.
Big Tony style. Here we go.
Yeah. Pato box. Sorry.
What?
Pato box. Pato box. It is that black and white hand drawn looking game where you are a boxer that is also a duck, and everything is like an indie Punch Out type.
Yeah, I got it on the board.
Yeah, it's really fun.
All right, tell me more.
Okay,
It's punch out like behind the back.
Yes.
All right.
But it's more than just you in a boxing ring with a bunch of cast of kooky characters. There's a whole like this is a fleshed out like not fleshed out, but it's more fleshed out than Punch Out, I guess.
I mean, it wouldn't be a Marc game if it didn't have some weird kooky ass story.
So on their website, they say this is not a boxing game. It's a game of a boxing champion with a duck's head, and boy, he is going to have the fight of his life. And
What the?
yeah, so that's how you navigate through stuff. It's like a 3D environment, but all the characters are 2D drawn.
Oh my god.
I'm not sure there's more to it. Yeah, like there's some bosses that you fight. They each have their own unique ways of fighting you. You know, you have to pick up on their tails, like Punch Out.
Yeah, it's got that.
So I only had like one boss fight, and it was this Russian girl who had a cyborg leg. But to get to her, you had to go through this maze of traps.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, so there's like lightning strikes, there's like beams, there's turrets shooting at you, and you just have to navigate through it and just punch everything, and eventually make it to her. And then when you fight her, you're in like this big building, this corporation that's called Death Flock. I guess that's where you start out. Like this is like the company that sponsors you.
Death Flock.
Yeah. So everything is duck themed in this game, and it's just a duck skull and whatever. It's just brutal, but. So you're getting to her, and you read these notes along the way, and when you pick up on the notes, they give you hints on how to beat her, instead of you just figuring out like Punch Out and like process of elimination or whatever, or trial and error. So yeah, it's cool to pick up on those notes, like, oh yeah, when she does this and this, be sure to do this, this, and this. And so as you're fighting her, she'll do these little kicks, and then she'll leave, and then some traps will come up. And then depending on the trap, you have certain things to do. Like lasers will come down, you have to dodge the lasers.
Oh shit!
When these lightning beams come down, you have to block the lightning beam. You have to time it. And then when these turrets pop up, as soon as they're in front of you, you just have to punch them.
What the fuck?
And then she'll come back, and then you start fighting again, and your memory change like kind of phases, and you go into like boxing mode. Like the scenery around you turns into a boxing ring, and it gets a little tougher. It's like phase 2 of the boss fight, and then cutscene stories and all that, because you started with this fight that you're not supposed to win. Typical boxing match. You lost, but then somebody stabbed you.
Yeah,
and
just like Rocky.
Threw you out into the gutter.
Yeah.
And then one of the people from Death Flock, she's like, I think her codename was Faith. She like revives you.
Still having a Death Flock.
It's pretty good.
I'm picturing like
it's pretty good.
Someone remade Metalocalypse, but with
it's just a bunch of ducks.
Fucking dumb.
Beat core. Yeah. And so like you got somebody freaking shivved you, and you don't know who, and now you have to take on all these different bosses and within the Death Flock Corporation, and eventually get to the head boss of it all. And so yeah, you're just navigating throughout this mansion and just punching everything, and he doesn't talk at all. Everything.
So
is
it's like a behind the back Hotline Miami Punch Out game.
I wouldn't say Hotline because it's not bloody or gory.
Hotline like in spirit, like of that, like
I guess if you're just an animal doing
raw
violence.
Animal people killing other things.
Yeah,
looking for vengeance.
Just ducks.
Huh.
It's just it's very cartoony and comical. It's like $15.
Yeah. Did you beat it or?
I didn't beat it. I've only because I was just getting through that first boss fight, and it's just a lot of dialogue stuff. So like there's a pretty good narrative, and I wasn't playing docked. But I had the Joy-Cons off of it because you have 2 control styles. You can play it like ARMS.
Dude.
And the only difference is that when you're going into block, like you put them tilt inward, you don't stay. It just does it for like a certain amount of time.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Even with dodging. It's only so like, you tilt them both left or right to dodge. And then, you punch like you would in ARMS, and then press in the shoulder button to do the upper hits. Normal is just without the shoulder buttons is just torso, and then holding in the shoulder buttons is just the face.
That's pretty good.
And then I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. It was pretty responsive, but then you do better with the button joystick controls, because when you're dodging, it's weird how it doesn't pick up on it all the way with the motion. So if you do the joystick, you can stay to the side like a little longer.
Yeah, I always felt that with ARMS too, where like technically you have way more control when you're using motion, but something about that dodge, like specifically strafing movement, felt really weird with
Yeah, but I appreciate that the game had motion controls. 'Cause
That's pretty
I
cool.
feel like more Switch games could benefit from that, especially if there's like rail shooters or something.
Yeah.
Which is like fucking aim at whatever. And,
Badass.
yeah. And that's pretty much been me.
And what's it called again?
Pato Box.
Pato Box. Why?
It's developed in Puebla. It's a Mexican state. The company is Borimo. So
Is this their first game or?
I think so.
Yeah.
From what I could tell, I think it was their first game.
That sounds pretty rad.
Yeah, it's I like it. It's just I don't know. Then that's just how can you say no to that? Like it looks like something out of Rhythm Heaven.
It looks like a kid had a coloring book of like famous boxers, but then like put his Easter stickers over top of it.
There's the whole story. You know, he got betrayed. Mentions Death Flock in there. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty neat.
I like that. I like that
hey,
whole
like you
bunch.
wanna the damn mobile site version. You can't see it, but he's fighting a chef over a cauldron in between them. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The art's really good. It looks like an old EC comic.
Yeah.
Like the old Tales from the Crypt or Tales of the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt? Crypt of the...
I think it's Tales.
I don't know. See, this is
From
what
the
happens
Crypt.
when you fucking work forever. Tales from the Crypt. There you go. Yeah, it's got that classic
Like, he could totally be like a
creepy comics.
like. No, it's just I just like their art, but that could be like an assist trophy. He just came in and just.
Oh, that'd be bad.
Oh no, Little Mac Echo Fighter.
Oh
Pato.
shit! Yeah,
Let's do it.
I'm sure that'll happen.
Yeah.
For sure. Speaking of which, did you see the? I think I put that in the Slack chat, but that.
Oh, I remember it was something Smash related. Oh, it was the whole like breaking down the direct.
Breaking down the things that are in the background of Sakurai's office during the directs. So the one from E3, they pointed out there's a barrel, and
It's so blurry. This image is like.
yeah, I don't know why it wasn't this blurry when I found it. I'm sorry, it sent it fucked up. I guess.
I remember the Rathalos one being in the same style of Golden Sun.
Yeah, there's that. The Donkey Kong or the one from E3, there's a ladder in the background, there's a barrel with the exact colors of Donkey Kong's logo, and then like green trees in the background, and people are calling that a reference that they were going to announce King K. Rool. And now if you look at the one that we just had from the latest Smash Direct, behind him there were conspicuously the purple and yellow chairs. Which immediately when I saw it, I was like, Waluigi?
Oh, I totally didn't think Tattle and Tail.
I didn't either. I thought Waluigi. I thought he was fucking
Yeah.
trolling everybody again. But
You know he voices DDD?
yeah.
Did we say that?
No, we
before?
didn't. But I was,
Yeah. So for that K. Rool trailer was like perfect.
and I was listening to 8-4 Play, and they were talking about that, how funny it was that, what's his face? That he basically was laughing at everybody who... Because it's him as DDD, and he's laughing at everyone thinking that King K. Rool was coming in that.
That's so good.
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, a lot of the stuff was like pointing to the Skull Kid or whatever.
Which I'd be okay with Skull Kid in the game.
Did you see people were also doing it with the? I mean, I guess we'll get to it later, but like, they show Reggie's office for a game announcement.
Yeah.
and everything was just Zelda.
Yeah.
And besides like a Koopa shell.
But
or
also
something.
he loves Zelda.
Right, but there was like a Skull Kid statue
Yeah.
there. I mean, yeah, it was just a bunch of Zelda stuff.
Yeah. So I played, well, a little bit more Ultra Moon.
Oh yeah. Like how far? How much is a little bit?
I didn't beat it yet. I've not completed the final grand trial.
Okay.
Or what is that what they're called? I keep forgetting.
That sounds right. I think you said Grand Trial before.
Yeah, I don't remember. But I haven't completed the final one yet. I did get through like the whatever the hell it's called. I got through the last because they're not gyms in this.
Right. I thought those were the trials, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But it's like
We can just call them gyms.
Yeah, it's different though.
Soon to be gyms.
Because you have to. So this is where shit starts to like get there. So you go to the altar of the moon.
Ooh.
Yeah. So first you have to find the sun flute, or someone has the sun flute, and then you find the moon flute, or one way or the other. You can tell how closely I paid attention to this stuff. But either way,
Did you find a skin flute?
Oh, God damn it, Mark.
AKA the cockarina.
Okay,
I'm done.
You go out and you get the moon flute, Big Tony style. You make your way through. It's another trial. Like, so you got to go through like a maze, and you've got to. Each maze that you have to go through, you kind of end up getting a new Pokemon to ride, because that's a big thing in this game. It's like rideable Pokemon, because there's no HMs in this game, which I really like. So HMs, if you don't remember from Pokemon, the hidden machines, they teach a move to your Pokemon that lets you do something within the world, but they're always a permanent move that takes up a move slot. Yeah. And it's always a thing where you just have to have like an HM bitch in your party.
Bidoof.
Yeah, fucking him or somebody else stupid. But yeah, you always have to have someone dumb, like
some groundwater type.
Somebody needs cut. Somebody needs whatever it is. This doesn't have that, which is really nice. You just have these Pokemon you call upon. You have like a little ride pager is what they call it. You press Y and it pulls up a menu and you go, I want that one. Or you can, the ones that you use most frequently, you can map to your D-pad.
Oh, man. Because like I would use Charizard to fly everywhere.
And that's who you get. Also
Noivern.
Yeah.
I fucking love Noivern.
Yeah, he's cool. But in this, it's Charizard. So if you want to fly somewhere, you just call him in.
That's awesome.
So the final one, you get Machamp, and you use him he's got strength, basically, right?
Okay.
So you're just pushing boulders that fall into holes so you can safely pass through.
And this is a Pokemon you don't own.
Yeah, no.
These are just Pokemon you just rent.
That's it. Yeah, you're just, you fucking press a couple buttons on your...
It's kind of like an Uber service, but...
Yeah, except for Pokemon that you climb on the backs of. And they have different abilities. Like, I think I have a Lapras I can ride through water.
Oh, yes.
Or a Sharpedo. And if you use the Sharpedo, you're kind of like flying through water, and any rocks that are in the way, you bash through them, and you'll sometimes find hidden Pokemon or items or something like that. So, you go there, you play your moon flute, and that's where the cosmic shit starts going crazy. So, Necrozma is kind of like... It's this dark ass entity from a different dimension.
Yeah, that's
It's not a Digimon.
It looks more like a Yu-Gi-Oh monster.
Yeah, it's very like angular and
polygonal.
Yeah.
Just spikes.
Spikes everywhere. He's just solid black.
Is he like the Mewtwo of this game?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Where it's like that be-all, end-all rare one.
Yeah, but more so than that, because he's a motherfucker. So he or not even he, like just it, because it's a fucking entity. It kind of like, literally think of it, like the fucking monster from the Stephen King thing. It,
wow,
just embodies.
You know what? That's actually a good comparison.
Yeah, it kind of comes from a different dimension.
Right.
It's super powerful.
Feeds off your fears.
It feeds off your fears. Turns into a clown. It climbs inside of. So the whole game you've been running around with Lily. And Lily's she's got this Pokemon called Nebby. That's the nickname she gives it, but it's technically, I think it's a Cosmog. That's what I think it is.
Is that another like ultra weapon, whatever? Like one of the bug looking.
It looks
weird. I don't even know.
Is it Cosmog? Is what it is? I can't remember.
It's so weird that I don't know.
Yeah, because they're all new. Like, I still don't remember them all.
It was like the one picture I posted of all of them, and I was like, now I know how my parents feel.
Oh yeah, when you sent that, I think somebody else responded in our group chat and said, like, is that Pokemon?
Yeah.
Cosmog, the Nebula Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
So Cosmog turns into
Cosmopolitan magazine.
Cosmome.
What about Wanda?
And then Cosmoem, depending on which game you have, evolves into either Lunala or Solgaleo. And those don't evolve into, but Necrozma kind of takes over Lunala or Solgaleo, depending on which game you're playing. So in this game, the little Nebby, as Lily calls it, is kind of the key that opens up that other dimension. And then turns into Lunala, and then...
So there's only one Cosmog.
TBD.
Okay.
Because apparently the post-game, I'm not there yet, but apparently the post-game opens up this, like, beast hunting shit where you have to go around to all these different dimensions and catch. So I think that's how they get around having, like...
Because this is very black 2, white 2.
Dude, it's nuts.
That's what I'm getting from those designs.
So these designs is when Necrozma takes over one or the other. So you can see from this, the Dawn Wings Necrozma is where it just takes over Lunala and becomes this fucking badass nightmare winged beast made of glass
that you put inside of a Pokeball.
Yeah. So I had to fight the thing first. What's it called? The Dawn Wings Necrozma.
Oh.
And it's only level 50, and I say only because by the time I got to this, the final like trial I had to do right before this cutscene and everything opened up, the trial was a dragon-based one.
Okay.
So I forget the name of the Pokemon. Again, like there's way too many fucking Pokemon now. But it's one of the newer dragon-type Pokemon from Gen 8.
7?
7, sorry. Thank you. I don't know why I keep thinking we're already there.
Because we should be.
Yeah. But from, Gen 7. And it's... The way this trial goes is like you're walking through this cave and then it says like, hey, you see something looking at you. And you turn and it's like the baby dragon. You're like, got it, done. Then it's the medium-sized dragon. Then it's the big motherfucker. And the big motherfucker's a motherfucker. So he knocked me out, like killed my whole party. And I was like, all right, fuck you.
Gotta use a fairy type.
Yeah. So
or a dragon.
I started digging through because remember I've got everything from X and everything from Alpha Sapphire thanks to the Pokemon Bank.
And Ice? Yeah, Ice is another one.
Yeah, I think so. So I grabbed Xerneas from Pokemon X, and my Xerneas was like a level 62 or something. And right now the stamp that I have only allows me to control Pokemon up to level 65. So anything over 65 I would have been fucked with. So I was really cutting it close.
Right.
But I was like, let's do it, dude. Took it in. It knows a move called Moonblast, I think, where it's a fairy move and just boom, one hit that dragon. Then I go to the thing, play the flute. Yay, here comes Necrozma. Comes in. Big ass, badass. Moonblast, done. Killed it one hit.
And that name, like Necrozma, like has like Necro was in that name.
Hell yeah.
So it's like it's still kind of symbolic. Still have the life and death thing going on here.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit. Read between the lines, etc. It's
just using Xerneas.
Yeah,
because he's like the Pokemon of life or something like that.
Yeah, pretty good. But so then it opens up, a portal to the other dimension. So you can go through that portal if you so choose. And
why wouldn't you?
I think you have to. So you ride Solgaleo. There's these two like people from another dimension who've been kind of like, much like your.
I wonder if it's the opposite in the other one, where you ride Lunala instead of.
I think probably is, yeah. But much like the guy you witnessed following around a group of people, there's these two people that have been following me around the whole game. They just kind of pop up here and there.
Okay. And
they're like, we're from another dimension. They're very open from the beginning. Like, we're from another dimension. Like, they don't hide this shit. They give you Solgaleo. You jump on its back, and then you have to fly through space using one of my favorite mechanics of the 3DS, motion.
The gyro controls.
God, it's not fun at all. So you have to kind of like pilot. It doesn't feel great. But eventually I got to the other side of whatever, and now I'm in like Megapolis.
That sounds right.
Yeah, so I'm getting close. I gotta like wrap up a couple of things, and then I'm gonna hit the. I'm in Ultra Megalopolis.
Hippopotamus?
Yes. And yeah, so now I have to fight, what's it called first? Ultra Necrozma?
Oh.
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Like God, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the exact opposite.
Yeah. So I have to fight that thing. And then
Kind of looks like the Giratina or Giratina, wherever you say his name.
Yeah. So yeah. Then I should be getting close to the end, and then I do one more big trial, and then that'll be the one that gets you Pokemon up to level 100 to obey you, and then I'll do the post game beast hunting shit. Where I think that one is you're literally just like traveling dimension to dimension and finding all these like hidden beasts, which that sounds pretty badass, and also gives like a little bit to the lore where you think about the fact that there's only one Articuno, or there should be one,
Yeah.
right? Like this
Legendary
kind
Stone would be one of a kind.
and this adds that kind of thing to it where it's like, well, actually, they're different things, different dimensions.
Yeah, it's like they're making up for their lore,
Yeah.
so it's not as contradicting.
But look, man, I never thought I'd be here now, but I am happy that I'm into Pokemon again. I really didn't think we'd get here after 2016's like
Drought.
oversaturation. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. And then I played a little bit more Dead Cells this week.
Of course.
We got a video of that up on the site. It's fast, it's fluid, it feels really good to play. I haven't found, or I haven't rather unlocked much more. The furthest I've ever been is that like weird little bit we saw in the video we did. And I haven't found many blueprints since then, or unlocked new ones that I'm like, super stoked about.
Okay.
But I still recommend that game. I still eventually I haven't touched my Switch in a while.
Yeah.
But your Duck Out game now has me a little curious.
That's a good one. Duck Out.
And I kind of want to get Dead Cells for it too, but I don't know.
So you just have it everywhere, always.
Yeah, it's that kind of game. It's like Spelunky. If you put Spelunky out on Switch right now, I wouldn't go anywhere without my Switch. Ever again.
Well,
maybe. I mean, I'll probably get tired of it. But,
I was like, what do you do with your Vita?
Shh.
I heard that.
No, it didn't. It's 2 floors up. And last, the only thing I Quake Champions.
Is that still?
Still toying around with, I'm not going to go deep into that one, but between Quake and Hunt Showdown, one thing that Matt said a long time ago, and I think I laughed and didn't take it seriously, and then Ben brought it up, and then the fact that now 2 people brought it up, I was like, I guess I should. So I bought a mouse pad.
Okay.
And that makes playing PC video games a whole lot better.
Shooters are 10 times better with mouse and keyboard.
It's just, and also like I don't feel bad in the what's this part called? Bottom of hand.
I mean, I would just call it with the palm, like bottom of the palm, I guess.
Yeah, but the bony part.
Yeah.
Where the
kind of your wrist. I don't
like. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
It's like the shin of the hand.
It's like the
or the whatever. The part where you would rest that on a table as the rest of your
ball
hand is
joint.
on a mouse. Yeah, that part. That part.
The ankle.
Can feel bad when you're just kind of grinding on a desk.
Yeah.
So having that on like a softer material is a lot nicer.
Or if you get the kind with like the little gel pad.
I should have gone
resting with that.
I just bought a flat mat. But that feels a lot better for Quake. And I also feel like a little more fluid now too. Matt and I played a little more Hunt Showdown. The one thing we did learn, I think even as recently as as soon after recording as that night after we recorded, we jumped into a game. You can, in fact, opt into sending your voice out into the world. Because Matt and I are fucking walking through the swamp. We're like, we couldn't have been 60 seconds into a match. And this is the first one he had played since he talked about it on the show and had that really good match that morning and had like a higher or a leveled up character. So he was like itching, ready to go. We drop in, we're walking through this swamp, and then I literally hear like, "Hey, I think there's 2 motherfuckers over there," or something, and it comes out like the right side of my ear, and I was like, "Did you hear?" Boom, 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 dead. I'm like, "Fucking shit!" And then we start digging through the options, and we're like, "Oh, I guess you can turn that on."
So their voices, I guess it fit the scenery.
I mean, yeah, that guy happened to have like a little bit of a draw. It was enough of a draw where I was like, "Is that a character? Oh, that's not a character. That's a dude."
Bit of that twang.
Yeah. But it came in handy. Like one of the later matches we did, we got a little bit further. We got all the way to the point where somebody else had killed the spider and they were extracting the bounty. And at that point in the game, you can either rush in to where the extraction point is and try and, I might be using the wrong terminology there. You can either rush in to try and kill them and get the bounty and then you escape with the bounty, or you just hang out by the nearest exit point and wait for them to come. I think extraction is the exit point. You just hang out by the extraction point rather than like the base or the boss layer. Wait for them to come there, pop out, and pop. So we were doing that and kind of lingering nearby, and then we could hear, because everyone after that final, once the bounty's been collected, you can't like literally see everyone, but you can. Mm-hmm. So now when you hold down E, instead of getting your like, nightmare vision or whatever, you see lightning strikes. So there's 2 lightning strikes wherever the people who have the bounty are. And if you look at your map, it'll keep like striking lightning like every like 2 seconds on the map. So if they're like running, you just watch lightning kind of flow across the map.
And if you stand still, does lightning hurt you? Or is it just
it's more of just a visual thing, just so you can see where they are.
That sounds like, hey, you got to go because you're getting struck.
That'd be badass. But they can also see you as their enemy, right? So the people trying to escape can hold down E and they know, oh, there's 7 hunters all waiting for us right by that camp. Let's go to a different one to try and escape. So they were coming around and like we could hear them whispering, and then we tried to get them, but they made it to the cart before we could get them.
Oh, there's cars?
Cart.
Oh, cart.
Yeah, it's like a little horse and buggy or whatever.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
But it's a fun game, and again, like playing with a mouse pad, 1,000 times better. But honestly, like I didn't play a whole lot. I just talked about a whole lot of games, but that was really, I don't know, very few hours that I spent with games.
Yeah.
The amount of time that I had to play this week, it was nice and refreshing to plop on the couch and play Forza Horizon 2. It went free for Games with Gold this month, and I'm excited for Horizon 4 later in October. I almost bought Horizon 3 when it was on sale like a month ago, but I was like, nah, just wait for 4. Then it was a nice surprise that Horizon 2 came out for free.
So what's the most appealing to you for this series? Because I'm kind of not surprised, but I'm like, I guess surprised. I guess it's more interesting. It's to see that you have like this interest for this franchise.
When I was younger, I never went full like car dude thing that I think a lot of, like when I was real young, you have that thing for it, right? As you start to get older and you get closer to that driving age, there's that thing where just adolescent boys start to do that, like, fuck yeah, cars, man. I was around that scene, but not that was not my scene.
Right.
But I still had like an affinity for a cool, plus like we grew up in the fucking Fast and Furious era. Big Tony style. You had, Paul Walker driving a Supra and whatnot. It was an attractive, those things. We had a lot of those, what was it?
Yeah, because my brother, all about that.
There was something in
him and his friends actually did street racing.
Yeah,
fixing up cars and bikes and whatever.
No, I had a bunch of friends that were into it, and I would be there like,
I just completely dodged all of that. I'm just like, Extreme G and F-Zero and Mario Kart, like nothing realistic whatsoever. He's all about Need for Speed Underground.
Need for Speed Underground was my jam.
That was the one I did get into though, was Underground.
Well, that was mostly because it had...
I just like customizing cars.
I liked that, and I liked the soundtrack with Get Low by Lil Jon and the Crunkside Boys. I think that was the big thing for me, was just the customization and like whatever. And that kind of graduated as I grew up. Like I went from just like I want a badass souped up car to I'm going to try and make a Civic look like a Batmobile. And I tried to make everything look like a Batmobile. Dude, as those games continue.
You want a good racing game with deep customization? You play Lego Racers for Nintendo 64.
Oh, I have that over in that whole bucket there. So Forza proper, like motorsport, is way too simmy for me. And same thing with Gran Turismo. Like I played GT5, I think.
Yeah, I could never get into Gran Turismo.
And I liked them, but I'm not good at those because I'm not patient enough to like stick to the lines.
Yeah, like my brother only played his games with a steering wheel controller and like the pedals. Like it's the only way he would play those games.
I think that's badass. I don't have the patience or like discipline for that. And with that kind of stuff, it's just like I like that there's real cars because there's some sort of feeling to it where you're like, because you don't own the car, you don't get a sense of, but you do get a sense of ownership a little bit, like
sure,
a tiny bit. And again, I'm not even like a big car dude. I like the shapes of some cars. And if I had a bunch of money right now, I probably wouldn't drive the car I have, or I'd drive it into the ground until I didn't do anything else. And I'd be like, I'm going to get one of those and make it drivable, whatever it is. So being able to jump into something like this, the first thing I did as soon as I earned some, because they give you a choice of cars at the beginning for free. And I think I got a Supra. I think that was one of the ones you can choose from. But I immediately earned money and then went and bought a Toyota MR2 because I think that car is badass looking.
I wouldn't even know.
It's just tiny and compact, and they don't make them any like those old like late 80s, early 90s Japanese cars. They don't like a Supra. Like Supra is like one of those cliched ones, but it does have a nice shape to it. But yeah, I don't get into like this game does a really cool thing where you can do tuning to your car. But like Gran Turismo and I assume Forza Motorsport. I don't know for sure, but I know in Gran Turismo you'd go in and it would be like, all right, let me open up the turbo settings. And you open up turbo and you have all these different manufacturers who make all these different types of turbos, and then you can make these different types of it's like so like into the minutia, and there's plenty of people who love that shit. It's like, well, if I lower the suspension by half of an inch, then I'm gonna make this. There's all this shit.
Could you imagine like a Dark Souls game with that customization with weapons? Like, if you get this kind of hilt, or if you get this kind of blade.
I think there probably is that kind of. Well, I guess you don't have the customization piece, but there probably is that stuff baked into Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have the discipline to spend that much time focusing on it. But this game there's like an auto upgrade where you go in and it's like, hey, this car is a C tier. If you want to make it a B tier, it's this much money. If you want to make it an A tier, it's this much money, S or S2. So you can just kind of go in as a dummy and throw in-game money at it. It'll upgrade it to whatever. And it does kind of tell you, well, here's what we're doing to make it that way. So you do learn a little bit as you're going, which I appreciate, because then I can kind of, I don't think it's ever going to come up in conversation, but I can kind of I guess it comes up in conversation here.
Yeah. So
I can halfway talk about how raising or lowering suspension gave me better handling. And you can feel a difference. Like some challenge in the game, because the game is all centered around the Horizon Festival, which is an annual festival or I guess semi-annual, but every 2 years, the in-game narrative kind of matches the real-world narrative of the fact that
I was trying
Playground
to think
can
of
only
the
make
term for that, but
it's not semi, because that means twice.
No.
It's not by whatever.
Well, I mean, semi's half.
Yeah, every other year.
Yeah.
There's one of these Horizon festivals, where people come together and they race cars to be King Horizon. And
do you like race across the country?
Yeah. So the one I'm
USA?
playing in now, it takes place in kind of in Europe. Like I think I've been in Italy, and I keep seeing France pop up on the map. It's not really specific, and I don't know the landscape well enough to be like, oh, I'm in Prague or wherever the fuck. But the cool thing they do is you kind of drive to a hub, and it's like, hey, this is a European sports or European supercar events. You need to have like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or something, higher class.
Oh, like an appropriate car per race.
And they give you, in that case, they give you one. There was another one I did where it was like, hey, this is a multi, I don't know what they call it. Like some of it's going to be on the dirt, some of it's going to be on the ground.
All terrain?
Yeah, there you go. So you have like a variety of Subarus or Mitsubishi Evos to choose from. And I got one. I picked like a WRX and it was fine. But then there was a race I had to do where it was raining and I was not so fine. So I drove back to the garage really quickly, did the auto upgrade to get me up to like the next tier. And I made sure it tightened my handling a little bit so that next time out in the rain, it was a little bit smoother to take harder turns.
Deja vu drifting everywhere.
Yeah, because I have no patience. Like I see the green because they leave the little driving lines on the. I guess you can turn them off, but I'm not. Yeah. It helps you for when you're breaking turns. I'll see the red coming, and I'm like, yeah. Or I can use this car to turn. So I just bash into something, take the turn, and then whatever. And in this car, famously, of course, has the drivatars. Might remember that buzzword from
I sure don't.
5 or 6 years. You don't remember Drivatar?
No.
That was from an E3 press conference. I think it was one of the earlier Xbox One E3s. Maybe in the debut one? I don't remember. But the Forza people talked about Drivatars. So what's neat is all of the races you do in the game, you're not just racing AI. I mean, you are. But the AI you're racing is based on other players who have played the game, and many of which will be your friends list. If those people have played the game. If not, it'll fill it in with randoms from whatever.
Okay.
But it takes into account how they drive when they're playing the game and creates an AI driver based on their drive style. So it's cool. Like, I'm racing against Chris. But yeah, I mean, longtime listeners of the podcast, right? Like Chris, racing against him. I'm racing against guy Justin I work with. I'm racing against Phil Spencer because I follow him on Xbox. Like it's weird, but it's cool that is a thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a racing game. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. It's a racing game, but it's also neat to see that because I really haven't. Aside from that little, few hours spent with Need for Speed, was that last year or 2 years ago with Manu?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Oof.
But aside from that, I haven't really messed around with a racing game other than like maybe the Drive Club demo on VR.
Okay. Is there like... Because you said before like one of the Forza games felt too simmy.
Yeah, I tried a demo for like Forza 7, I think is the latest one.
Yeah.
And that and Gran Turismo, it's just, they're not forgiving in a way that I need a driving game to be a little forgiving.
So, like, are you looking for like a blend between something realistic but also maybe feels a bit arcadey?
And that's what I think Horizon does well, at least in this one. Like
Like, it all looks realistic and nice, but has, like, that maybe, like...
But you're getting XP for driving through chairs that are in the middle of a cafe.
Okay.
Right? They do some cool things with, like, every time you level up, there's, like, 2 things you're leveling. Your driver level, and then you have, like, a skill meter that's building. So if you're doing things like drifting or bashing into shit, you'll get the skill or I forget what meter that is. But that'll fill up. And as that fills up, you'll get these skill points that you apply to different things. And those end up being like, okay, well, now I get plus 10% XP for doing, this type of thing. Or for near misses, I get an extra 10%
or like
XP.
Airtime.
Yeah, right. So they're like little skill points you put into little tweaks. And then the driver level, as you increase your driver level, one, it makes you a more formidable opponent against people who try to challenge you when you're in as a drivatar. But also, it will it'll give you a random spin. So they have like a digital spin the wheel kind of thing, like
Price is Right wheel, or like a more vertical like Wheel of Fortune. which is like a bunch of pigs, and
you hit X and then blurry shit flies by and then it gets less blurry.
Oh, okay.
And then you have a chance for it to randomly stop on coins or in-game currency, or sometimes a car. You'll just win a car. I haven't won one yet.
You want a new car?
Yeah. But again, like as that, I'm home. I'm on the couch. I'm done. Don't have anything else to do. It's a fun little let me drive.
Yeah, just a chill, leisurely game.
You don't have to think. Like Pokemon, I know it's Pokemon, but like it's stressful and it's a little intense and whatever. And
it can become a chore after a while because you just I have to go look for another fight. I have to fight again. And
yeah, and
strategize to fight. And
especially now I'm in that end game shit.
Turn basing and
yeah, and then the stuff I've been playing on PC, I'm really enjoying it. But after like these long ass days, and now the last few days, I'm traveling for work a little bit, so
yeah,
I'm used to a very short commute. So having any commute at all is like, oh man. By the time you get home from that, it's just like, I'm just gonna plop on the couch, race some stupid cars.
Like I had a similar idea, because I think that's why I whipped out my 3DS to begin with, because I was gonna play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I've been itching for that.
And then I was like, no, see, this, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to be like, oh, that's right, everybody's soulless, and I'm not going to want anything to do with it. And I was like, well, what about Pocket Camp? I was like, no, I'm not going to reinstall it. It's just, I can't. There's so much with that game I just don't agree with.
I still have Pocket Camp installed, and I haven't opened it in I don't know how long, but I still get the notifications every day where it's like, there's a Dota there. You could do a tournament. I'm like,
I was like,
no.
or you could just release a full fucking game now. I don't know.
Yeah. You'd think.
And I think that's what led me to Smash. I was like, I'll just be a villager in this and just fight.
Yeah. Smash it. Oh, man, I can't wait.
Yeah. December is just
Richter.
booked only for that.
I know. Well, now I'm mad because we have to fucking plan our Game of the Year recording out far enough ahead to make sure that we can account for that. And
yeah.
no, I don't think that'll hit Game of the Year, but it's definitely going to be. It might. I don't know. Who the fuck knows?
I mean, you have no idea.
I know. Oof. Well, we are going to take a quick break, Big Tony style. And when we get back, we're going to jump into a little bit of news from the week. Yeah, more after this. We're back. Welcome back to the Free Cheese episode 261. Before we jump into news, guess what, listener? Mark and I tried that Pokemon tournament game during break.
Yeah.
And then Mark and I both bought that No. I think I might. I can hear Matt screaming now about how fucking stupid it is and blah, 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 and don't spend money, but
it's pretty decent.
It's way more decent than I thought it was. Because we said it. We tried the Wii U version, and it just didn't.
Wii U was garbo.
It ran kind of less than favorably, and I don't know. It just didn't grab me. But this one, I don't know. We played a match, and it wasn't terrible. We didn't know what the hell we were doing, so we did the tutorial. And I was like, oh, now I get it. And then, yeah, there's some nuance to this.
Yeah, I thought it was more complex than what it is.
Yeah, me too.
Because of the shifting of the gameplay style from 3D to 2D ish.
But it's not, and it's good.
Yeah. It's all about just building the meter.
Yeah. So speaking of Pokemon, Celebi out now in Pokemon Go. As of Monday, August 20th, Celebi is the new same way that you can kind of do your special research for Mew. Now you have Celebi tasks. And those are going to be more difficult than what the Mew ones were. We've yet to see what they are, but it appears as though they are going to be a little more challenging. But along the way, more Gen 2 Pokemon should be popping up, which is nice if you're trying to fill out that Gen 2 part of your decks. Sorry, excuse me. And then there's a Celebi t-shirt for free in the Style Shop, along with Heart Gold and Soul Silver Trainer avatar items available in the Style Shop.
That's so cool.
That's pretty cool. Featuring outfits that unlock according to your Johto medal progress. So I guess the further along you are, same way, like, once you get so many Pikachu, you get the Pikachu gear or whatever.
Yeah, there's that Fire Red outfit and Team Rocket outfit.
It's pretty cool.
And like, if you haven't done the Mew stuff yet, you can do it simultaneously with the Celebi stuff.
If you haven't completed Mew, you can even start your Celebi stuff as long as you've hit at least phase 3 of Mew. But yeah, like Mark said, you can do them both. Where are you at in your Mew progress?
I think I'm still on my step 5 as to catching the ghost Pokemon.
That's step 6, isn't it?
It's for me, it's the end of 5. And
shit.
then that's after that, because like I think I have like 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then it'll move me to, because that'll be my third one completed out of that. Then it'll move me on to 6 out of 8.
I am stuck on the Evolve a Magikarp. But
I'm preparing for that.
Smart.
Yeah.
The one good thing about working nonstop is that where I've been working, I wouldn't say a lot of, but there are more Magikarp than there are not. Yeah.
Sometimes they're part of raids too.
Yeah, I've been doing every single one I possibly can, even if it means like spending $1 on a raid pass just to get a. No, I haven't done that yet.
I've done.
I've done it to buy a raid pass just to do a raid, but not specifically just for a Magikarp. That's not.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like Gen 2. I like Gen 4 a lot. While we were on break, I tried to take a peek. Nothing definitive. There's a lot of clickbaity things when you type it into Bing about Gen 4. From what I can understand, they're, again, data mining stuff.
Yeah, because that Pokegenie app was updating, and it was like, hey, added Gen 4. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah, something.
What do you know?
So it was back, I forget when it was, July? Beginning of July? During Go Fest, or just before Go Fest.
Oh, yeah,
There was actually, it was on July 12th, one of the greatest days ever in the whole history of the people called me. It was the second anniversary image was tweeted out from the official Pokemon Go account on Twitter, showing a lot of Alolan Pokemon, some Gen 3, some Gen 2, but then a little Sleeping Piplup. Is there a Chimchar? Looking for a Chimchar. Yep, there's a Chimchar climbing on that little thing there. And got a Turtwig anywhere? Huh?
I remember there was data mining for Celebi, where like people were finding the professor's like dialogue texts that were talking about it. I was like, yeah, Celebi's coming.
And now he's here. But yeah, so the data mining, all that we've seen is that someone found badge _ Pokedex _ entries _ Gen 4 _ title Sinnoh.
Well, that means Glaceon and Leafeon.
Yeah, I can't wait.
And I think Porygon Z.
I think you're right.
My boy.
There's a lot of good Gen 4 stuff. I spent some time digging through the Pokedex this week. Just getting real excited for whatever the hell is coming. But, yeah, I don't know. I like Pokemon, Mark.
You play it every day?
I play Pokemon every day. I don't play Spyro every day, and I won't be playing Spyro until November. At least not the reignited version. Toys for Bob, the developer behind the new Spyro Reignited trilogy, the remastering of those games. An official blog post states, everyone here at Toys for Bob is so proud to be reigniting the original Spyro trilogy after all these years. We're deeply committed to getting these games right, so we've decided to move the release date to November 13th, 2018. So there you go. From Paul Yan, the co-studio head.
Yeah, because it was supposed to come out on its like anniversary date of when the first game came out.
Yeah, I think it was like September 14th.
And then there was like that issue of like, oh, hey, when you get this, you're going to have the first game on disc, but you have to download the other stuff, I think.
Yuck.
And so maybe this is something to do with that.
You think it's that? Do you think they're moving out of the way of the Spider-Man, Tomb Raider? There's a lot of games coming out next month. I think there's a FIFA game coming around that same time.
Wait, what was it? What was the original date? Was it October?
September. It was either the 4th. Something's on the 7th, something's on the 14th, and something's on the 21st. They're all kind of back to back to back. Yeah.
Maybe it's a bit of both. I mean, I could see them trying to get more time to have, like, I guess for physical copy reasons, to get it more on a disc or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one you want to have out on store shelves.
Because I can't imagine those games taking up that much space on a disc. Even though it's reignited and everything.
I don't know, dude. Those art assets, because they're building everything from the ground up.
Right, but like, you can fit all of Crash. Right?
They fit it all on a disc, yeah.
Even like on a Switch cartridge.
Yeah, they do that. I don't know. Not sure.
I never really played Spyro either. I know it's like adored by a lot, and I've played the demo before on like PlayStation, but it just never got into it.
I liked him a lot.
Same with Crash. I just completely missed that whole thing.
It's weird because like I can eternally go back to I was wondering why I used the word eternally, and now I remember because I just subconsciously we'll talk about it in a second. I was like, where'd that one come from? But I can forever go back to some classic 2D platformers. I feel less excited going back to stuff like Crash and Spyro, and I never thought I'd say that, but like having gone back to Crash, I was like, yeah, same thing. Like Spyro, I haven't done it yet, and I kind of don't want to, because I don't want to. The first time, like once Crash became available on PSN, I was like, oh, I gotta download it, I gotta play through those again. It's been 20 years, let's do it.
Right. And
it just, I don't know, it didn't have the same feeling that it had when I was a kid.
I think Billy West came back for voicing.
I think you're right.
Spyro.
Yeah. But yeah, this too, like I don't know, the Crash Insane trilogy last year and now this one this year, I'm happy that they're out. I'm happy that people are stoked about them and they love them, and maybe new audiences are getting to play those games that I, fell in love with years ago. But those are the ones, like, if you told me right now they're going to do the same thing for Mario 64, I'd be super stoked. And Mario 64 is arguably the one that I played the least.
Really?
Out of any of them. Not even arguably, definitively. Yeah. It is. I've barely played that game in comparison.
If that was content in Mario Odyssey.
That would be badass.
Besides just the outside of the castle. I would have died.
But I don't know. It's a weird. I don't know. And then what I believe is our last news story of the week. A little light week this week. There's no Nintendo Direct this week to talk about. There's no.
I mean, there was kind of. It wasn't really a Direct, but.
Yeah, there was
a video.
A video that happened starring Reggie and another CEO?
I think so. It was definitely like a head of.
Yeah. But anyway, Diablo 3, the Eternal Collection, coming to Nintendo Switch this fall, which includes both the Reaper of Souls DLC as well as Rise of the Necromancer.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the game runs at 60 frames per second.
Oh.
Again, it includes all of the content ever released for Diablo 3 so far. And it's going to have some exclusive content to this game. So the only piece I saw so far was that Ganondorf outfit.
Yeah, there's like a armor skin you can get where you have, it's basically Twilight Princess's Ganondorf, where you like his headpiece. You're basically wearing his head as a mask, and you have his costume as armor.
That's pretty cool.
You get some purple wings for some reason. Don't know what that's related to. I guess maybe to add to Ganon's aesthetic. You get a around your character icon that has the Hylian symbol.
All right, that's pretty cool.
And I think there's one more thing. Maybe not. Oh, there's I think it's a banner flag. I think might have the Triforce on it or something. Could be wrong, but
interesting was that this was a oh god, I just clicked an ad by accident.
what'd you win?
Backpack. Yeah.
It's not an iPod Nano.
I wish. Back in February, there was a tweet we talked about from, was it the official Blizzard account?
Mm-hmm.
Posting a Diablo Nightlight getting switched on and off.
Right.
And we were all like, ah. And they
What are
were
you doing?
like, yeah, they were like, no, we're not. And whatever. AKA, this guy leaked this way too early. And now he's fired. Sorry.
Yeah. They're like, we have nothing to announce on that matter. And it's like,
yeah,
you're not saying yes or no.
if I remember correctly, I feel like they said like we're not working. I thought they kind of put like a definitive.
Oh.
I might be wrong about that. I just feel like.
Yeah, from what I saw, it was just like, we have nothing to announce. And it's like, because like, we're not that clever. That's what they were saying. Like, we're not that smart. And I'm like, who?
Yeah, that's what it was. And it was like, but then why?
Bullshit. You are smart.
Right. Anywho.
And just PR.
Yeah.
But yeah, we saw that coming. Like, it's really, like, I'm not that surprised. It's cool that it's happening. I didn't know about being 60 frames. That's very enticing for me.
That's cool.
And I like the fact that it's, so you can play online together. You can share the same screen. I think 4 players can share one Switch.
Oh.
And you can do 4 separate Switches locally.
Nice.
And so you can all have, so if you do like a pseudo ad hoc LAN party thing, you can have like, just have docked versions all throughout the house, but you're all playing together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But now I want a Zelda dungeon crawler.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
said that.
Just Ganon, of all things, they couldn't.
I know. Maybe.
Like get like a Master Sword as a weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I would totally play that.
What do you think about that? Are you gonna buy this?
Diablo?
Yeah.
I have it for PS4.
Yeah.
But nobody really plays it.
Do you think anybody will play it on Switch?
Out of the people I know, there's a possibility.
Because I'm also on a boat now.
It's kind of a resurgence in a way. And like, I never played any of the new content. I don't have the Necromancer stuff.
And I know like once stuff hits Switch, it gets bought and played. I now am in a spot where I have a computer that can run a lot of things. So part of me is like, why don't I just buy it there and play it with mouse and keyboard?
Right. I like the fact that they added exclusive content. I wonder if this is just the beginning. Maybe they could add more in the future, depending on how well it sells.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll probably speak with my wallet with this one. Because even if I don't play with anybody, I have no problem. I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Yeah.
No, I will. Playing by myself.
Yeah.
With myself. What?
I could run through that game. I never finished it on PS4 when I tried it.
Yeah, that was, I'll probably bring back Magnus. Not, he was my barbarian who doesn't like books. In that game, you pick up books for extra experience. I avoided them, and he doesn't like magic. So his 2 things he hates are words and magic.
Oh my god.
Everything a mage likes. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I might get it. If we can get Ben to buy a Switch, and then all 4 of us can sit down and play that game.
That would be cool.
It would be cool. Similarly, I forgot about this part. Because now it's like, all right, Blizzard, you're putting games on Nintendo consoles. Where's Overwatch?
Right.
I believe someone asked, where's Overwatch and where is... What's the other one?
I don't know what else they could add. StarCraft? World of Warcraft? Warcraft 3?
I don't know, because I don't have the news story in front of me, but I just remember reading it and being like, oh. Because basically someone said...
HOTS?
It was basically That'll never come to Switch, but Overwatch could, is kind of what was said.
Paladin's his own Switch.
Right. I'm typing in Overwatch Switch.
I mean, it's definitely not going to be... It's going to take the Fortnite route where it's not going to be as pretty, for sure. Even though the characters are already like cartoony looking, but it's just a matter of like the resolution and details of the costume. That's probably a lot of it will be like jagged or pixelated.
Yeah.
But that's whatever. Actually, I would prefer if some games, instead of just like doing like a compressed version of the game when they export it to Switch, like just do just a revamp of all the character models and make them low poly like PS1 models where everybody's just pointy. I would like that.
I'd be okay with that. That's kind of what they talk about, in not that specific.
Or just like just like textures or whatever.
GameSpot asked senior producer Pete Stillwell about Overwatch coming to Switch. And he says, anything is within the realm of possibility. Our team was given the task to work on this. If Team 4, the Overwatch developer, so he's talking about his team given the task of bringing Diablo 3 to Switch. Mm-hmm. If Team 4, aka the Overwatch developer, picks up that endeavor, that's on them. As of right now, Diablo is our only focus on Switch. When asked if he thinks that Overwatch could run on Switch, he said, yes, it's feasible. Which is more promising, this article from CNET points out, than last year, where game director Jeff Kaplan said, I think the problem is we've really targeted our min spec in a way that we would have to revisit performance and how to get on that platform.
And another thing to probably consider would be the online.
Yeah, I mean, he said the thing he said back then was it's already challenging right now maintaining 3 platforms and patching simultaneously, which is something we've finally been able to achieve. There are challenges running on the platforms that we're not already on. Otherwise, we would probably be on some of those other platforms. So yeah, that's.
But I'm just like worried about Nintendo's online in general. Yeah. Like I know it's shown to be okay. Like at least it's connection wise. I don't think you've had many connection issues with Splatoon.
No, yeah, I mean, I
you get into a match, you play the match.
I would say 1 every 100 maybe,
and then and like Mario Kart,
same.
Like there hasn't been any hiccups where you get kicked out of the game. Frame rate hasn't really dipped or anything. Mm-mm. So I'm really curious on a bigger game like Smash, and see how this handles, because so far it's not been good playing online with Smash. Like Wii U's kind of been hit or miss depending where you're at, I guess.
Yeah, but
just
I don't want to think about it.
Yeah,
we'll find out.
So for a whole game just to be based on online, that's kind of worrisome.
And one more I forgot about, but thank you for catching this one. Patrick Soderlund, Chief Design Officer, and you kind of usually see him on stage at EA events, is leaving the company. So an open letter to employees from CEO Andrew Wilson said that Soderlund is gearing up for his next life adventure. Today we are announcing that Patrick Soderlund has made the decision to move on from EA after nearly 2 decades as a pioneer for our company and industry. He will begin a new chapter later this year. Nobody has said yet where he is headed. Soderlund used to be the CEO of DICE, the Battlefield developer, and he kind of climbed up the ranks in EA after it bought DICE. He was there when they brought Frostbite. They created Frostbite and kind of made that the company standard engine. So
much bank.
Yeah.
Like didn't he just recently before that like get paid to like stay or something? Or like
there was something
like 20 million or something like that.
It's not in this story, but it was something where he had said like, y'all want to dip, and they were like, what if we gave you this money? And he said, all right, I'll stay. And psych.
And then he like I think it was only for like a certain amount of years, like 2 years or something. And then it was like, all right, finish it through, and then
and
bye
later.
I would just retire.
Yeah. I think that is everything. I'm just doing one more sweep through things.
Is there any news about Tonys? Where did this big Tony come from?
I don't know, man. I just started saying it this week.
Is that out of nowhere?
Big Tony style, you know? Zombies coming to Far Cry 5.
That's just what that game needs.
Bungie's overhauling Destiny 2's competitive multiplayer. Oh, Reggie Rock is in Pokemon Go this week.
Oh, yeah. Are we done with the Reggies at this point? Or is there still one more?
No, this is the last one. There's also the Spinda thing. Have you heard about the Spinda thing?
The different patterns and whatever.
So Spinda's in the game. I heard this on 8.4 Play. Spinda's in the game now, and the way you get it is the only way to find it is through a Pokestop research task. The idea with Spinda in the actual game is that every single one of them has a different pattern on it. You know, much like a snowflake, everyone is different, or a fingerprint. In Pokemon Go, right now there are only 8 variants in the code. However, only one of them is available so far, and it's the 8th one.
Is Spinda Gen 3 or Gen 4?
I think Gen 3. But people are thinking that because there's 8 of 8 available, number 8 of 8 available now, that a slow countdown will begin.
Yeah, because there's a lot of patterns in one of the games.
Yeah, I forget which one.
Might have been X and Y.
Yeah, probably.
And then from that point on.
Because X and Y had that fucking butterfly as well, remember?
Oh, yeah.
That was region specific.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You didn't really have a real living dex unless you had one from each region. But people are speculating that Spinda countdown will begin 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then Gen 4 will be released. I don't know, man.
It's all happening soon. I know that.
Yeah.
Like, so when does Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee come out?
November.
Oh, is it? I don't know why I thought it was sooner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're not far away from all of this.
No, we are not.
Approaching end of August. Now the big hitters are coming out.
Mm-hmm. And then Game of the Year. Big Tony style. There's a demo out for Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I think.
For what?
For Switch.
Oh. I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Still not catching on to the whole Monster Hunter thing.
No, me neither. Long live Rathalos, I guess. Yeah, that's it. That's everything I got. What are you getting into this week?
That's a good question. Like video game wise, I have no idea. Cause like lately, I haven't had a game that has like its hooks in me. Like as you can tell with like all the like last couple now playings for me, or not now playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has got now playing, right? What we've been playing.
Yeah, I don't think we stopped announcing it as now playing, but
yeah.
I still treat it as that, like in our notes and stuff.
Yeah, just what we've been playing. It feels like I'm just sampling a lot of stuff, and I'm not really like sticking to just one thing. And like everybody else has kind of been like sticking to one thing and has progress reports on it. And there's games that I should be doing that with. Like I thought about getting back into The Last of Us this week.
Oh yeah.
And the itch was there, but not quite there. And I was like, what am I waiting for? And it's like, well, I can see myself getting back into that coming up.
Especially as we get into fall. Because did you ever get to fall in that game?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it'd be a good time to do that.
So I'll probably do that in Bloodborne because I have to finish that before the end of the year.
Oh yeah, right.
That's my.
Well, did Ben finish Mega Man X?
Yeah.
He finished it?
I think, or if he didn't, I know he's really close. I thought he did, but I don't know.
Might have to call the cops on that one. I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know. It sucks just trying to there hasn't been many games that just I see bits and pieces here and there, and then I go through that phase, and all right, I guess I'm just done with it, and just haven't really felt had a mood for anything.
Maybe Pokken will be the.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not though. I don't know. I'm gonna keep poking at that Pokken. demo a little bit.
I don't know if you meant that.
I didn't, and then it happened.
You like caught yourself.
Yeah. I don't know that. I gotta wrap up Ultra Moon, see what the hell that's all about.
Yeah.
Dead Cells is never gonna stop. I don't think it'll ever go away. And I'm also like enjoying Forza. That's a didn't expect that, but
I might get into Death's Gambit.
I'm really curious about Death's Gambit. I just don't think I can do it right now.
Right.
While playing Dead Cells.
And I haven't touched Dead Cells yet.
So I think you're in a good spot to do that.
And I think that might scratch my itch to like ease back into Bloodborne and
yeah, it's probably got that. Yeah. I fear jumping right into that right now because I know it's going to be a slower game and I don't want to like.
I did have like a weird dream today.
Go on.
I don't know. Like it just you get everyone's dreams where it's just like it's just one thing after another. They don't make sense in a string of events, but you're just going through it.
Yeah, but like, then you wake up and you realize you're depressed or something.
Or yeah, just when something's crawling in your skin, and for some reason, this one moment, I was dreaming of Resident Evil 2, but it was more of like I don't know. I have to watch the game again, but I can't remember if can you move while shooting in the remake.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I know it's all over the shoulder, but like as soon as you're aiming, because I was seeing where like it was like a fast, you're running, and as you're running, you're just like pop, 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 pop to like, and while you're like, it was like Leon like protecting Claire or something. For some reason, it was like a scene in my head, and I was like, whoa, I really want to shoot zombies now. So I think until that game comes out, I think it's probably itching for Last of Us.
Dreams. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, if that's recurring, that'd be cool. But
I've had a lot of weird dreams lately.
Yeah?
I don't remember many of them right now sitting here, but
I miss having my Deja Revere dreams or premonition like dreams.
Who?
It's like Deja Revere is like the opposite of Deja Vu.
Where
it's like it's almost like I think it's like a premonition type thing where it's like you've had a vision of it before and now you're experiencing it.
Oh,
so at first, before you experience it again, because that's the Vu part,
right?
You're like setting it up, and then once you experience it, it's deja vu.
That's creepy as shit.
So there'd be times where I'd have just like little, minute little moments that didn't deal with anything. It'd be like in a car talking with friends about whatever, and I would see that happen. I would dream of it, and then like 3 weeks later, that part came. I was like, oh, this sounds familiar. I know what this person's going to say, but as I'm thinking I know what they're going to say, it's too late for me to like
it's already
do something about it. But there's times where I have kind of altered it. So now I'm like, oh shit. Am I is this different dimension now?
Full Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that's some Necrozma shit right there, dude.
I used to have that a lot.
Yeah.
A couple years back, and I just haven't had it lately.
That's superpowers. That's all that is. That's just magic powers. It's
and people are like, "Oh, people dream in black and white." And it's like I've never had that. I've always dreamed in color.
Yeah,
Until there was one like 4-part dream I had where I kept continuing the same dream every time I woke up and fell back asleep, and I was self-aware, and because I was self-aware, everything was disappearing. Where I was just in a white blank room. So like very Matrix-esque.
Because you're trying to hold on to it, but the dream is like
oh,
nope, you can't have this.
Too smart.
You dream in first person?
Mostly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've had the rare occasional third person thing where out of body thing or something, but
ever had your teeth fall out?
No, I've heard of people having that one, but I never had that one.
That's the worst. Or like I'm like a slow runner.
Oh, the slowness I always get that when I try and punch in a dream.
The slow fights. I think that's something that apparently it's like, oh, because you're holding something back.
I think also your body is trying to do it, but because you're sleeping and your muscles are asleep, your brain's moving, but your body can't, so you're trying to move, and I think that's part of it. Yeah, I don't know. I've just had a lot of weird, vivid... I had this string for like the last 6 months or something where no dreams at all. Or if they were, like they weren't memorable.
Nothing memorable, yeah. Because the 4-part one I've written down. That's the only reason why I remember it.
Yeah, this week, like the last week and a half, like every morning I wake up from like really intense emotional dreams. I don't know what the hell it is.
Maybe it's stress.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fueled. It's just...
Yeah. But it's totally that like Yeah.
Nightmares.
But not nightmares. Just, I don't know.
Mild nightmares.
Yeah, mild mares.
Yeah.
You know. Dreams are cool. I'm down with dreams. What will tonight bring? Tell you what next week will bring. Another podcast. But until then, we're out of here. We, if you missed it last week, we have a video of Dota 2 up on the website for some reason, and a look at Dead Cells. There was a thing that Mark and I said to each other last week, and it didn't happen. And I don't think anyone knows about it except for me and Mark and Matt and Ben. But it might happen this week. Stay tuned. What else? We should have some other stuff. Matt and I both felt bad after we got done recording last week because we ran out of time and couldn't do any Mark games.
Oh,
I know.
Still good though.
But this
I like
week,
what I was watching.
I know, but we still felt bad that you came over to record and you never touched a controller.
I seriously didn't even think about it till you pointed it out. That's just how zoned I was.
Immersive at all.
Yeah.
Well, this week it's the Mark show, so I don't know. Maybe we'll look at Duck Fight or what? Quackfoot. What is it? Poda box.
Pato box.
Pato box.
Yeah.
You and these Pato, Poda, Dota.
What?
Between the two of you, I can't.
It's just Pato box. I don't.
Pato.
Like Plato's
Dota.
box. Is that a thing?
Plato's box? Yeah.
It's Pandora's box.
No, it's Plato's box. PLAY dash dough with Homer Simpson eating a donut.
Non-toxic.
Plato's box. But yeah, I don't know. We'll look at some stuff this week. We'll have some fun. That'll be up, whatever that is. That'll be up later this week on the website. If you're going out to catch Pokemon, have fun. Make some friends. I've made some friends playing Pokemon. Yeah. Fun. Like, hey, you playing Pokemon? Hey, yeah, cool. All right. Party on, dude.
What's your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh?
Mechama. And then Twitter. You can follow us all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Mark is at Og_Mento, and I'm at The Free Cheese. That is it. Go to thefreecheese.com. Look at stuff. Send us an email if you want. Podcast at thefreecheese.com. Haven't plugged the email in a whole while. But go ahead and do that. And don't forget, this bullshit called summer's almost over. Fall's on the way. We are like about 70 days away from Bone Christmas. Get ready.
Bone Christmas. Not the image that I would expect.
Oh, get ready, babies. It's coming. All right, I got pumpkin candles throughout the house. I started eating candy for breakfast.
Oh.
Yeah. Maybe that's what my dreams
replace all your teeth with candy corn?
What's the difference? I don't even.
Who knows? Ask Big Tony.
We're going to head out of here Big Tony style, and we will see you 1 week. Until then, thanks, Mark. Thanks, listener. We'll see you next time.